The pilot episode. Here we go again. With your three friends, Drew, Neil, and Perk. We got your favorite movies and shows. It's three guys nobody knows. The pilot episode.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the pilot episode. A little different scenery today. We are just out here trying to achieve the pinnacle.
Decided to get outdoors for it.
Yeah, and if you don't know what that means, then that means you're not caught up on the new season of Bridgerton, and that's what we're here to talk about.
Yeah, we thought we might be, in the words of Penelope, spontaneous and get outside for this episode, see if we can achieve that thing.
If you haven't watched it to get in on that, you need to. We talked about it. We didn't really want to go back over season 1 through 3 because this show has so many characters. Those of you that know, season 1's about a couple, season 2's about a couple, but season 3, and we're doing the same thing in season 4, but they're all very different in their own way, and a lot more people get involved.
And you genuinely get like a secondary couple that the show might be about for each season. Like last season, we had Anthony was the second big one, I guess, at the time, and then Francesca was also getting married to Kill Martin, and so you always get kind of a two different storylines that are big, and then always something a little off the wall as well.
So our main focus, we only have 4 parts of this season so far. Our main focus right now, obviously, Benedict and Sophie, even though they're not a couple, but he also, I don't know a better way to say it. Fingers are on a stairwell.
But he doesn't realize it's the right one. It's the one he's
actually
after.
The girl he's looking for. Like I said, it's a very, very Cinderella setup. We have a villain in this one with her stepmother that became basically her employer.
Yeah, very much a Cinderella style thing, like the evil stepmother type deal.
It'll really make you feel bad for Sophie too, but also me and you've talked about our frustrations with it. I know we have another section of this show coming out that we're waiting on, but you really just want to yell at the TV, fucking tell him who you are.
Yeah, I want to hit her and be like not in a bad way, obviously. Don't hit women, but like I want to hit her and be like, just tell him. Like I don't understand it, but again, it makes for TV, and I understand that's part of the drama that it got to instill.
So our secondary relationship just heated up towards the end of these first 4 parts.
Oh yeah.
And Miss Violet Bridgerton decided she needed some love, and she made it very, very known, and really went after what she wanted.
Yeah, I didn't see the whole walking in and we get posed on the end of the bed down there like we're posing for Playboy or something. But yeah, I mean, she's when she talked to her daughter about the pinnacle, it sparked something inside her, and she's like, I ain't had a good time in a long time. It's time to get after it.
And she got Lord Marcus over, and Marcus, from everything they showed her a good time. I like her more this season than any season thus far.
Yeah, I mean, she's opened up. She's shown a little bit more personality, which you kind of got that she was kind of boring through the first few seasons. And I guess you can understand it. Like, you got a mother who's really just been a mother. Like, that's been her life because, the husband passes and she just takes over the full role of running the family, taking care of the kids. And boy, she's got a lot of them.
And all those points are good points, but sometimes you just need to get laid.
yeah, that's that. Yeah, you live a little, one might say, but yeah, absolutely. I don't know. I enjoy getting to see her personality open up, and you get to see her be a little more free, if you will,
and actually have fun. So this will obviously be a little quicker today. We don't have Perk with us or Calvert on this. Turns out we're the only 2 guys that like this, apparently.
Yeah, and just a little thing I want to say: if you are a male and both of us are married, there's no question marks on that end. We enjoy this show. And I know it sounds a little, one might say, bitchy to enjoy a movie about princesses and princes and the drama of which there is. It is a phenomenally written show that will just grab you and hold you. Like, this thing is working its way into my top 5 all time.
Depending on how they finish this season and how many more seasons they get, it is more likely than not this will go into my top 5. Here's the reasoning, though. If you see this thing on the cover for what it is and start season 1, we're going all the way back. I could understand how it would take a minute to get into it, how they're talking. At that time, we don't even know who Lady Whistledown is.
Correct. Yeah.
Which we all know now.
It's Penelope.
And Penelope's also opened up a lot more.
That's one way of putting it.
Yeah, literally, actually.
Her and Colin have a very
yeah,
romantic
like
relationship in their marriage.
in a buggy midday. But that's the difference in this show. Once you do get into it, the way they treat the sexuality of it, the getting drunk, the bar hopping, the lying, it's I mean, this is Gossip Girl 90210, the OC. Like, it's got some of that in it, but it's also got the party boy and the good time in it. I don't know how you couldn't like it.
Yeah, it's got a lot of everything. The only thing I would say that there is a crowd out there that will turn away, and I know we have a lot of people that may listen to us that may have this opinion. Benedict is open to anything, sexually and otherwise.
He ain't calling nothing.
No, there is a scene in the beginning where he has a scene with a male, but it's nothing. It's not too much. Like, you can watch it and just pass on with it if that's what you have a problem with. It's nothing big. You can speed through it.
It doesn't affect the storyline as we go
at all. And that's the only brief thing that I would say that I could even think of that someone might have an issue with, other than talking about a pinnacle a lot.
Yeah, it is a very R-rated show, and on the cover, the face of it, you would not think that. It is extremely R-rated. I get that some people may say some of the sex scenes get a little over the top, whatever.
Yeah. But it's not overly like they're not showing a bunch of stuff or anything like that. It's just the conversating about it and
how they set it up.
Yeah.
And how it plays out. But to me, that's what makes it good.
Yeah, because it does. It's got the, I don't know, and I know this is it's going to make our case even worse, but it's got that graphic novel that a lot of women like to read. It's got that sense to it. But man, I don't know. I enjoy the show.
I just, like I said, I don't get how you couldn't. There's some comedy. There's many love stories, like too many to even try to break down without going back through every season. You do have the drama, like I said. You got the bar hopping, the party boys. It's everything you want in the show. I understand the time setting. We're horse and buggy. We talk a little different. We're going to balls. The queen matters
a lot.
They're very opinionated. Also, one big thing in this season, though, she almost loses her right-hand man.
The queen?
Yes.
Yeah, I did. That was one of the things I brought up that we had to discuss about this particular season, when she almost lost Lady. Why am I drawing a blank here?
I know I am too, because of what she goes by. I have it right here.
Yeah, he'll get to it. But there's a lot of drama that takes place where she's trying to leave. She's trying to take a step back, no longer host the balls, no longer be a big part of the wedding season scene. And the queen, which has been her friend forever, that's been the closest thing to a normal relationship a queen would have. And pretty much there's a scene where the queen's like, well, I am your queen and I forbid it. You're not going anywhere.
Lady Danbury.
That's
and she
correct.
tries to do it the right way.
Yeah.
And she tries to let her know, she wants to get back home. She hadn't had a break. And she straight face, no conversation.
I forbid it.
Yeah, just, you ain't gonna do it. So that was another big development. As far as going forward, though, because we could sit and riff-raff about characters. There's just so many. What do you want to see to bring season 4 home? Because we're going to get the second part all at once.
Right before we get into that, which this is going to lead into that, I do want to talk about why Sophie has not told Benedict.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's a lot of customary things that we're not privy to. Look at the big word there.
That's nice.
In today's world, but back then it was just not going to happen to not be someone of status and marry someone of that status of which Benedict is.
And also, though, we know, viewing the show, that everybody in the show doesn't understand, she is of status, or was of status.
Yeah.
Got forced into being a maid after her father passed.
Yes, and she probably, in all seriousness, doesn't know the legalities of how that plays out, because she's been a housemaid for forever now.
Ex-stepmother forced her in to that. They
Yes.
even show the funeral scene, and that bitch is so cold-hearted.
Boy.
Can't stand her. She is Lady Gunn. Her first name is a hell of a one, Armanita. She's pretty much a bitch the whole show. You don't need to know her name. All she's worried about is getting her two daughters married to hell with her stepdaughter that came into it, and she has to keep the necklace covered. Sophie does because she
Yeah.
knows she's already been questioned on it once. I think that's going to come back into play. Not to jump too far ahead. She's been asked where she got that because a maid doesn't have shit like that.
Correct. That was from her mother.
And I think that may possibly be how she gets caught because somebody else may see it. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here.
I got a theory going into the next half of this season. We seen in the last episode at the very end that was it Lady Gunn? What would you say her name was?
Yes.
She is now next door to the Bridgertons. So there's going to be another run in with her and Sophie, and I could see a situation.
That is my deer feeder going off in the background, folks. So if you hear that, we do apologize.
Roll Tide. So I picture a scene where maybe her and Sophie have some sort of argument, altercation type deal. Maybe Benedict is the one who sees it, or maybe Miss Bridgerton, lady. Again, names are not my strongest suit on this one. But the mother of Benedict, maybe she overhears it, sees it, whatever, and then we find out through that argument that Sophie is actually of status and she's not just a housemaid.
Well, one thing going in her favor, since she will not just own up to it and tell them, and she's not because, like you said, the customs, and it's not right for Benedict to sleep with a maid because he's then forcing himself on maids the way they look at it.
That, and if you heard while they were on the cottage, so-called cottage that he has, the maid there tells Benedict that she will probably never have a job again if it is known that her and Benedict have a relationship. Because what wife would want a housemaid in their house that is seeking men of status?
But Miss Violet Bridgerton, the head Bridgerton here of the house, she is becoming a fan of Sophie, in my opinion.
She is. I think they all are because she's a good person.
Like and all the daughters love her. Eloise and her have hit it off. They're like besties. And as well they should. I think Sophie's awesome. I love her character. But I think we may see Lady Bridgerton be the one that puts all this together. Or Eloise, possibly. Because she's been a big role pretty much every season.
Yeah.
I could see her being the one that starts to put shit together and then tells Benedict. Because her and Benedict are tight.
Yeah, and the friendship has kind of began to take off with Sophie and Eloise. So maybe Sophie confides in Eloise, maybe in a way.
I hope. I'm really shooting for it. Because, I mean, we got to get it out. I don't want to go. My only knock on this season would be, unless they just absolutely do it in a better way than I could ever imagine, we go another 4 parts of an hour and 10 minutes, whatever it is, and we end this season without Benedict finding out and them being together.
They haven't done that, is my thing. In seasons prior,
I think it's a possibility.
Yeah.
If her and Benedict don't end up together, I'm going to be bitchy.
But here's my thing with that. They've had the success that they have had. This is a very well watched TV show. It's always in the Netflix top 10 or 5, whatever they do. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I agree. I'd watch another 5 seasons with them mixing it up the way they are with different characters. I really would.
Yeah. And this is a show that we haven't talked about that can do that. We can very easily find another high-ranking family to continue to follow around.
We have so many young couples branching off of these families already. Because, I mean, with season 1, for example, we could bring them back into play. Yep. With kids, whatever, going down the road.
And we've even still got the little sister this season trying to sneak into balls, and Eloise finds her, and that's shocker. Here's breaking news, folks. That's going to be another season of Bridgerton whenever she comes of age.
Yeah, I hope, or we hope.
Yeah, it's going to.
Yeah,
like,
it has
the show's
to.
too successful.
But like I said, the only way this would piss me off is if they do not end up together. I would like to see Benedict kind of settle down, Sophie become a big time player in this show going forward.
Yeah, but if you look back to seasons prior, the big couples from the previous season are generally away the next season.
it is kind of played out that way, which we're getting flashes of last season's couple.
Well, yeah, you've got Earl Kilmartin, and Miss Bridgerton as well. Francesca, they've been actually a pretty big part in this
Yeah,
one. Hence
more
your
than I
intro
thought.
to the
Yeah.
show. I mean,
Miss Francesca Bridgerton is who is struggling with the Pinnacle, which we did get fixed towards the end of the first part. For those of y'all that haven't watched it, with Penelope, she always has to be a big time player
yeah, she's like,
because she's still
I-
whistled at.
I'm not gonna tell you she's my favorite character in this show.
It's very possible.
But like she's up there, and she plays such a crucial role in every season. Like she's been so important to this show. You cannot lose Penelope.
I love how witty and smart her character is, but also she can be a little bit of a goofball.
I just love the way she says Colin.
Yeah, it is really good. Crazy part about hers, and actually she's like 40 in real life.
Yeah, which that is crazy. Yeah,
She plays the role. Like I don't think anybody could do it better. Even her looks, like she looks like the girl that loves to sit in her room and write and is that person.
Yes.
Like, they nailed it. So she has to, regardless of where the show goes, she has to be a part of it.
I would agree. Yeah, it's such a big player, and man, there's a lot of really big actor roles in this show that are just so crucial to it.
We could kill 30 minutes on just going through 4 seasons of characters that have mattered.
Yeah.
Just reading a list. But we didn't really want to get into that. We just want to kind of cover it as a broad and wait for the second part to really figure out how we're going to judge this season.
Yeah, and hopefully influence some of our viewers to check this show out, because I mean, Perk won't watch it. Perk's wife watches. As a matter of fact, Perk's wife actually volunteered to do this episode with us. Couldn't work it out with the work schedules and everything, but it's just such a great show. And I don't.
Yeah, if you're a guy, don't give me that shit. If I'm a man, I don't watch this, because I'll be honest, there's probably more manly shit going on in that show than whatever else you're watching. There really is.
Yeah. There's a lot of scenes where you're like, well, this is some dude shit.
Yeah.
For lack of words, there it really is.
And they may have rode a horse and buggy in and not a street bike or a jacked up 4x4, but it's still the same concept, just different time.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything left from this season that would be a big role going forward, or this first half of the season, the big role going into the second.
One thing that will upset me, we do know Benedict has been meeting other ladies, trying to find the lady from the masquerade party first episode.
Correct.
Yes. That's how Sophie comes into this. For those of y'all that hadn't watched it, I really hope you do, and then listen to this so that none of that ruins it, because that's really what builds this season up to be so good. I think Sophie pushing Benedict to date the other girl he just met briefly could come back into play. I think we could see them like together at a ball, maybe.
Well, that was prior to he was knuckles deep.
But then when she left, leaving that night, going out to the bars with them, he kind of...
Yeah, well, he asked her to be his mistress, because, again, she does not have a title, and he doesn't know that she technically does.
And he had been out drinking with the boys. Heard that conversation's been getting thrown around, so we were kind of building up to him looking for a mistress.
And he wants to take care of her, and that's what he finds out is a way you can.
And so, in his mind, he just did the greatest thing by her he could. In her mind, the way she walks off very upset, I think he kind of ruined it for a little bit.
Yeah, but there's going to be a point where he talks to her, she understands, like, I hope.
But we got to keep in mind, we have the 2 daughters of Lady Gunn that just moved in next door, and she is going to force feed those 2 at him. And they're from that door to that door now.
He's going to see through them.
It scares me.
Because Benedict does it. For all you can say about Benedict with him, what's the term they use for him?
Fuck boy?
No, like in the actual show. But yeah, that's what they're meaning. But I don't know.
You're talking about as a single guy that's supposed to be settling down.
Yes, and he's not, and he's running around and stuff. I forget. There's an exact word they use.
Yeah, like in 2026, he would be a fuck boy on everybody.
Yes, but he is for all those things. He is a very good judge of character
until he flies off the handle, goes on a 3-day bender, and makes piss poor decisions.
Yeah, but then it's not like he's looking for a wife.
I understand that. He could come home pissed off. Everybody could be in his face about, you need to settle down, you need to settle down. And he could just walk over there and be like, the hell with it. So yeah, he does have those tendencies a little bit throughout the show. And I know it's been different, not always just his dating, but he will kind of throw a wrench in everybody's plans.
He will.
And I just hope we don't get to that point that he is suiting, any of those other women. I hope he stays focused on fixing this with Sophie.
Yeah, I agree. Because alternate theory, but I don't think I would like it, which is why I don't think they would write it. Because things tend to happen the way I think they should in this show, which also makes part of what makes it a good show.
Yeah.
He could go back to the gal he just met, who seems to very, very nice, who we thought was the lady from the Masked Ball, and then continue to pound home the Sophie mistress thoughts.
Yeah, I just don't know how long we can carry on with both if Sophie, because Sophie eventually, they can't stay away from each other.
No.
So eventually she's going to come around one way or the other. I just hope it's not in that mistress role.
I agree. We got anything else?
Oh, the Winnie dogs go. So as far as I'm concerned, we pretty much covered it until we get the second part.
Yes, we
Yeah.
will be back for the wrap up of season 4 in totality.
It'll be a lot easier to go fully in depth on how we feel about this season as a whole once we kind of know how it plays out.
Yes. All right. Well, last thing I want to say about the show before I do my normal outro. Don't be a bitch. Watch Bridgerton.
Agreed. Also, before he gets over there to kill this, there was no episode of Memory of a Killer this week
Yes.
due to the Olympics. So that will be on pause until they release the next episode, and then we will try to get back on normal schedule.
Yeah, which was very disappointing. We were unaware that was going to be the case, but it's just we got to live in Fox's world here, I guess.
The hand we were dealt.
But yeah, that's going to be it. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, and tell Grandma Deborah that the pilot episode has made another episode. Neil, what do you got for him?
The pilot episode. Here we